everybody. Well, how are you doing today? By the way, today is hair day, so we'll be ending close to 12 noon. And, we had, I forgot yesterday was Silver Moon Wednesday, but honestly, I didn't have anything to play. Anyway, so I actually spent the time just trying to get caught up on the news and other things in the background at the same time. And for those of you who are wondering, where is my dang food stamps? The actual money has not yet been dispersed out from the USDA to any of the states as of yet. You see, the problem is that some of the funds are not enough in the contingency account. And, well, they could get the money out of something called Section 32. Or is it Section 23? I think it's either one. I know they're different, but I don't know which one's which. The problem is with that is, I don't know what that is, and I don't know where that is. So, and the USDA is waiting for the judge to tell them exactly how they should do it to remain within compliance with the law. So, there's no, at this point, no guaranteed when the money is going to be dispersed. However, what I can tell you is that a lot of that Donald Trump again have reminded Republicans that they're going to need to go with a nuclear option, because this is getting ridiculous. That now Chuck Schumer is saying, oh, well, you know what? You do what we do. We tell you, we'll meet with you as long as you agree to do what we want. Our terms of service, what we want. And now Trump said, guys, this is ridiculous. This guy is putting this country in danger. Air traffic controllers, congested airports. I mean, you heard of the UPS plane that crashed. Well, what if it was a passenger plane that crashed because the air traffic controller wasn't there? Oh, that's possible. So airplanes could be routed to other airports because if there's not enough air traffic controllers, that could be a problem. A lot of them are starting to do sickouts, which kind of makes sense when you think about it. You're not getting paid anyway. Another Republican is saying is he's proposing legislation that would say to the House and the Senate, thou shalt not get paid during a shutdown. The same as every other essential government worker, basically. Thou shalt not get paid. So if you make a shutdown, you're going to be sleeping in it like the rest of them. So I think it's a very good start, actually. Now, we have not a lot of people watching right at this minute. As I'm sure Noodles is live right now. Oh, by the way, I did see a lot of viewers on the video. I talked about how much of a pain in the ass it is for me to move. I went through and I explained exactly what we need to do, especially to move into Noodles, which, again, is he has to do things on his side. I have to do things on my side if I was to do this. And the fact of the matter is, the winter time is really not the best time to do it. It's just very, very unfeasible to move in the middle. We haven't even gotten the first snow yet. But once we get the first snow and the first ice, the gloves are off. You know that, right? No one's going to want to pull a U-Haul trailer or rent a truck and driving on the highway when it's covered with road sand, salt, and ice. With a cat in tow who's seriously screaming up in a panic attack because he thinks he's gonna die. Well, and given his age, he could literally die. That's not something I look forward to seeing happen. So we need to get things organized accordingly. All right, let's get the panel open here, and so get the panel. Okay. Yep. Good morning, Grace. How you doing? I just got done watching last night's video. Let's be honest. Probably not. That's the reason why I wanted people to understand just how much of a pain in the tuckus it is to move at all. Once you establish yourself and you've been staying in an apartment for like even beyond a year, 2 years, you start to get knickknacks and little things like that. And so moving becomes more exponentially harder as you are staying in one place for longer and longer periods of time. But I mean, it can be done, but it's not exactly a fun job. Okay, I mean, but I mean, yeah. Well, of course, if my landlord dies, this building ends up in probate. Good God, you never know what's going to happen then. It's always a possibility. You know, my landlord is almost about 70 years old now. This building is not a corporation, so it's not like BlackRock owns it or some entity that doesn't die. It's a sole proprietorship of him and his wife. So that would be very, very problematic. But you know, you never know. People actually did watch that video. I actually had a surprisingly number of viewers on that video from this morning. And let's be honest. How likely is it Noodles is going to be able to clear out the junk in his basement? You know, he's going to probably feel the same way I do. You know, like, oh my God, it's been a winter. Now I'm going to have a tag sale in the middle of November. You might say this is really bad timing. Yep. It is. No one's going to have a tag sale in the middle of November. But when the weather gets decent, tag sailing, rummage sales. Or hell, even put the stuff up in Craigslist for free. You know, he might do better in the spring when the weather's good and people feel like driving and cruising a little bit. It's just common sense. Good morning, how you doing? Emotion support, Broom. How you doing today? Broom. B-R-U-M-E. Good morning to you. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. And what happens if the situation where, you know, he and I don't get along? I mean, we get along, but we never really stayed with each other for a week even. I mean, it could happen to me that just, you know, the 2 or 3 days that we hang out might be as much as we can tolerate. We've had it happen before. Now, weekend is a hell of a different thing than being there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, then you're dealing with a person that, especially if you're your best friend, your bestie, all of a sudden, oh, gee, you know, it's not working. Me and so have to, you know, separate. Oh, but wait a minute, I gotta get a lease signed by her. So I'm technically her landlord, so I can file evictions. But then as a best friend, I don't really want to do that. And then you're sitting there going, what are you going to do? You talk to the person, or let's say they treat the person turns out to be somebody that's not stable. For example, we know people like this on YouTube. Like molasses. See, originally me and molasses were talking about going to Rachel, Nevada. Well, forget that. I suspected that was going to be a problem, and I was right. It would never have worked. 2 or 3 years ago, going to Rachel, Nevada with molasses would have been like terrible. Matter of fact, there's no cell signal in Rachel, Nevada to speak of. I did it right. How are you? So, nothing wrong with the idea, but like I said, it would be complications to deal with. All right, now let's start with the likes. They have no likes. You got 10 of you on here. Get your ass up there and click on the like button. Come on, guys. You can do this. This isn't going to cost you anything. But, the show is kind of slow today. But you know what? Let's get some likes in the jar. Let's get some likes in that jar.
Oh, yeah!
Let's hype the stream from yesterday.
Oh, yeah!
Let's hype the video from yesterday.
Oh, yeah!
Let's do something productive for the channel. So, like I said, today's Saturday. So I'm going to be leaving here about 12:15. And then go down to get my hair done. And then maybe, it's really chilly today. Maybe I might go to Cumbies, but don't hold my breath. Because you know why? Because, we still haven't gotten the food stamps yet. Like I said, we still haven't gotten the food stamps yet because they haven't been dispersed yet from the USDA. So, however, a couple of Republicans have said that they are ready to go nuclear on the Democrats and go for a simple majority vote of 51 minimum to pass this thing. Chuck Schumer is acting like there it goes. There's our power system saved us again. We just had a slate brown out, and you might notice the main light in the studio went dim, but then the power came. That didn't affect the streaming. So we're still streaming, everybody. Yeah. It's going to be windy today, that's why. So there's chances that the trees, which are not totally leafless, may lose power. And right now, we are seeing power events right now, probably because of the wind, but it's not affecting us. Good morning, Hammer Nails. How you doing today? Well, it may be frustrating for you guys, but let's talk about it from my side. If you ever been hurt by somebody, even people that don't mean to hurt you, and they promise you the moon, and then you say, I do, and you throw everything away, and you move, and then you end up in homeless because at the last minute, the situation fell through. Do you know why sometimes people are afraid to jump out and just say, sure, let's do it? That's pretty scary. And as you can see, our UPS is getting a lot of use today. Oh, yes, it is. It must be really windy. How much wind is out there? I can't see anything blowing in the camera shot. But there must be something smacking into the substation pole. And some of us, unfortunately, when we've been hurt, have a really hard time trusting people. And that's one of the reasons why we rather, let's say we, I mean as a group, rather just deal with things on our own, because we feel like we can, trust ourselves more. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but it's reality. So, but anyway, if the, it doesn't mean that I wouldn't be willing to try it little steps at a time, but I always want to have a backup plan. That's just me. So, what in your case, realistically, what would be a backup plan in a practical way? Like have this apartment as a backup? What? Holy shit. You're going to pay this guy $1,000 a month? Let's stay at Noodles for $400 a month? Are you kidding? That's not practical. That's suicidal. I know. But it's an interesting idea for short term. But long term, not so much. Yeah. Not really. Yeah, it's not practical for long term. You realize the power outage or the power flickering that we just experienced would have knocked us offline already. Yep, would have. The computer didn't even flinch. That's why I gotta get a sick one of those for the other computer. In due time, Kiwasabi, in due time. But right now, the other computer's not even being used at this point, so. So how do you solve a problem like that? I mean, also, while we're talking about that, how do you solve a problem like what the Democrats are trying to do now to the Republicans, trying to twist their arms? I mean, does the Senate Majority Speaker realize that he can't trust the Democrats? I mean, he got as many as 54 supporters to open the government at one point. There's no reason why, if they went with the nuclear option, that some of the Democrats may not just jump on board. Sure, Chuck Schumer would gladly turn his anger towards those people who basically break the Democrat stalemate, but on the other hand, that just proves how much of a bully he is. Yeah. Good said, Michele, you wouldn't want here to hurt. He been through, but the bottom line is solution to heartache and pain. Without solutions, there is no hope. Right, I understand that. I mean, that's a reality, you know. Trying to come up with a solution that works for everybody. So it's one of those days. It's gonna be just kind of slow. It's 10:16, and like there's only 12 watching and 2 likes. 12 likes. Right. Well, I understand that. I'm trying to focus on a solution. One that's fair for both parties. But I don't know if, for this case, since he still has to clean out his own basement, and I have to clean up my stuff. That means that maybe he might have to be here for a few days, during the month to help me organize, and I'd have to try to figure a way to help him out for a few days in a month to help him organize. Which means that you're going to be dealing with traveling back and forth between the two areas. Now, of course, he's got a couple of roommates that have muscles to help him move some of the stuff out of his basement. But I don't have anyone with muscles to help me move my stuff, unless Chris and Noodles, maybe even Hammer and Nails came out here with the ability to help pack, sort, get containers from the container store or from Dollar Tree or Dollar General, so we can put things away and pack things and sort them and then load them onto a U-Haul. Oh, no, he can come up, but he's not here. He's not here. Right now, he didn't even come up on the panel yet. But he sure didn't come up when I hear a dinger-donger when I see someone's waiting. I don't even... Oh, I see him over... I see Bobby Enterprise. Okay, Noodles, BGE. BGE. The panel is already open. Make sure you went onto BGE and not HVC or one of the other panels. Because I'm looking at BGE now and I don't even see a pending call. Right, I understand that. Yeah, I know that. But I mean, so Noodles, BGE. Panel's open, Noodles. Do you want me to reload the panel again? It should be open. It says it's open. I don't see anybody pending calls. Well, right now, I'm going to need some help getting stuff to the dumpster, and we're going to have to go to the container store or find those containers to put things in maybe even Walmart or Target to pack things in those. Okay, here he is now. Okay, Ed one. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, Michelle. So, what is your jealousy level at right now?
I'm not jealous, Noodles. Why do you keep
All right,
asking me that? I'm not
all right,
jealous.
Michelle. You want to get jealous right now? Check this out, Michelle. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, Michelle.
What's
How
that?
high do you think I can get? Check this out, Michelle. Look at this. Ready? Oh my God, Michelle. Look at this. Look how high I'm going right
Oh,
now,
okay. It's
Michelle.
one of those holes. Okay, I know what those are. Yeah,
Michelle, look how high I'm going. Look at this. How jealous are you right now, Michelle?
I'm not jealous, Noodles. By the way, I did double check something about e-bikes in the state of New Jersey. As long as it's a class 1 or class 2, you do not need a driver's license in the state of New Jersey.
So, Michelle, I think I'm going to be honest with you. I think Tiger Kitty's right about that. And so is Grizz. I know Grizz brought it up too. We can get you a scooter, Michelle, so you can get
Right now, the
around.
biggest
But
problem is the cost. $3,000 for the e-trike I want, which has got a truck bed on the back so it can carry stuff.
yeah, so Michelle, it's not like Winstead where you walk right out the door, and you're outside at the street, and there's a lot of back roads, Michelle.
Yeah, I know
It's
that. There's a
suburbia.
lot of back roads, but once you start to know the area, you know where locations are, you can pick up the speed pretty quick.
Yeah. Again, Michelle, as far as you maybe falling over on this thing or whatever, I don't know. But Michelle, look how high I am right now. Do you think you could ever get this high?
Yeah, you're going to be working on some wiring pretty high up there, huh?
Michelle, look how high I am right now. You can't get this high.
I
How
live on
jealous are you right now,
I live
Michelle?
on the 3rd floor, so I'm pretty high up.
Michelle, I'm like 5 stories up, Michelle. 5 stories up. Look at this.
Okay. Well, just
You
be
can't get this
careful.
high, Michelle.
Just be careful with those scissor thingies because
I know. Look at this. Ready? Check this out, Michelle. Ready?
they
Ooh, we're going
can
down.
tip over.
I know.
Remember when you were a little kid, you used to build with little blocks, and you could pull them higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and to the point where just one kid next to you having a sneeze attack, all of a sudden all your blocks go flying to the floor. Yeah, well, that's kind of what you're doing. You're sitting on the top of that pile of blocks. I'm talking to Noodles on Google Meets. Let me get this on the screen so you guys can see it. All right.
No, Michelle, it's too late. I'm already down, Michelle. I'm already down. You ruined it, Michelle.
I know. Then
Michelle, look how high up I was, Michelle. You can't get that high. You can't get that high, Michelle. Look how high up I was.
Normally, I wouldn't be trying to go that high, Noodles. It looks to me like there's a plastic bag over something there in the corner on the in the ceiling. What was that from leaking this?
There's no plastic bags. What are you talking about?
Right there.
Where?
Oh, that's
Michelle?
not plastic. It's a dome.
Michelle, this is like 5 football fields long, Michelle.
No, I know.
5 football field long. You would get lost in here, Michelle. You know how long it would take you to walk across this place, Michelle? Like an hour because of your bum leg, Michelle. Me? I get across it in maybe 20 minutes.
There's a bike that's similar to what I'm talking about right there. You see
there you go.
You see that thing with the basket in the back? But that's not an electric one, though. But that one's kind of similar to what I'm talking about. It has the electric one has like a 750 watt motor, can go up to 20 miles an hour, while still allowing you to pedal it. So it's a pedal assist. That's a class 1.
Yeah, no, we can get you one of those, Michelle. Again, it's just I don't think that if you fell over in something like this, Michelle, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up. I don't know if you're going to be able to,
I used to drive on Winston's highways with the bike. Never had a problem. Yeah, see, that's
but Michelle, now you're totally disabled. Now you're totally disabled.
Not really. But you see, the point is that's what the one similar to the one I used to have looks like. That's not an electric one though. The one that electric is kind of similar, but the electric one I like has fat tires. Those are actually pretty cool way of getting things done. I love how the floor is so smooth. How did they get the concrete so smooth like that? And so shiny.
A lot of buffing, Michelle. A lot of buffing. So we're gonna hit the road right now, Michelle.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit the road.
Yeah. Yes, you could drive that thing too. One's just down to ground level, which it is. Actually, technically, you could drive it while it's still high in the air too, but it becomes more dangerous.
Oh, I don't care, Michelle. I just drive, Michelle. I just drive. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Michelle, this place is humongous, Michelle. Let's go to the other side of this place, Michelle.
Yeah.
But this is how I roll, Michelle.
It doesn't go very fast, does it?
No, it's going like this fast. See? Probably about the same pace as like a one of those trikes from Walmart.
Yeah.
But Michelle, it goes hella high, Michelle. It goes hella high.
Well, that's because it's designed to go high so you can change things like light bulbs.
So I got a horn on this thing. I got to blow it.
All right.
Look at the size of this place, Michelle. It keeps on going and going and going. Like the size of a fucking football field.
What are they storing there anyway? It's a warehouse, but...
This is where they ship out all the Louis Vuitton products, Michelle.
Okay.
Also known as cologne and perfumes.
Okay. Yeah, I know Volton's known for purses and other stuff.
If you're wearing Sauvage right now on the East Coast, this is probably where it came from.
Yeah.
I actually got this job because I promoted Sauvage.
Do you realize, we just had 2 power failures when we're streaming, and you didn't even know it?
Oh, is that what happened?
I said we had power failures during the live streaming. You didn't even know it because UPS kicked in.
Why are you having all these power outages?
I think it's because it's going to be windy today. This, my utility company pointed out in a message that today's going to be windy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were supposed to have wind last night, but it never happened. At least I don't think so.
We had some wind last night, too, but it wasn't anything serious. I think it's probably smacking into the transformers or into the power lines.
Michelle.
What?
Stacks, Michelle. Stacks and stacks. Look at this, Michelle. Look at these stacks.
I see that. Right now,
Michelle, no one can compete.
Right now,
Michelle.
As far as I can see, you're the only one in there.
No one can compete, Michelle. I'm the best, Michelle. I'm the best.
Yeah. Hello, Hammer Nails. How you doing? Well, the thing is, 3,000
extraordinaire.
$3,000 for the e-trike I'm looking at is a little bit much, but the one I decided to buy is the deluxe one with secondary battery backup on it. Nice full size back. That bed that flips up to become a seat, so you could actually have a person traveling. Like, and he still has under seat storage, so they can store things.
I feel like Michelle, that if you did do that, someone might actually rob you and
No, that's
take
possible. Someone could rob any bicyclist. I mean, it's not. I mean, you're talking about going into New Jersey, New York, hell, and if you don't have a good lock and a good, way to make sure your bike doesn't go walking away, maybe the equivalent of the bicycle club, the club for a bike. Good luck.
Well, I mean, you just get a lock. Just get a fucking lock. I see guys in New York City doing it all the time, Michelle.
Yeah, I know. That they're good for small spaces. Like, I don't know where your nearest grocery store is, like a Kroger or a Safeway, but that's going to be...
All right, well, how about, Michelle, how about this weekend I come pick you up and we come back to my place so you can get accustomed to living at my house and maybe take Rusty for a walk outside.
Well, I'm not sure what Rusty would think about the dogs. I'm not sure how he would react with the dogs.
Michelle, this place is humongous, Michelle.
I know, I see that.
Here's how your Louis Vuitton products get shipped to you, Michelle.
I don't usually... I can't afford posh stuff like that. There's another one of those hoist or crane things you're talking about that you're sitting on. Is that the same? Yeah, is that the same thing you're on right now? That's the one over there, or is that a forklift?
Excuse me. I think I know what happened. Michelle, I gotta go. I gotta call someone. I just figured it out. All right, I'll call you back.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, he can be. He's a Capricorn. I'm a Virgo. Capricorns are kind of, by nature, can be very arrogant. It depends on the Capricorn. As far as the trike, I do think the trike could be an option. I'm not going to brag. Yeah, it could be an option. Let's see. Oh, wrong button. Okay, let me fix this. Let me just switch this over here. So, yeah, Noodles didn't even know what our lights flickered a couple times when we were on streaming, and he had no clue because the system immediately kicked over to the battery, and it kind of comes back when the power comes back. And it will provide power for about 45 minutes of total blackout. So if it's a slight power dip, it has automatic voltage regulation where it uses technology to boost a voltage cut. This is something you see more when in the summertime when the air conditioners are coming on. If the power goes below like 120 or 118, I think, it then switches over to the AVR, brings it back up to about 120. If the voltage goes way below that, like a very deep brownout, will switch over to battery too. He wouldn't do anything to the dogs. In fact, the dogs probably think he's a fun target and bully him, which I'm afraid of. Rusty's a good cat. I don't want to see him bullied by dogs. Even Stan's major dog knows you don't mess with Rusty because Rusty is the alpha male cat, and he's not going to tolerate that. But it's a little different when he becomes the guest, and they are the ones that are the alphas. And they're going to tell him where to go. So, the nice thing with this technology is it keeps the stream's going. In fact, even if we have a total power outage, it can actually switch over to the I can actually have a second power bank if I wanted to, like a Blue Yeti or Jackery. Have that plugged into this first, because the problem with a Blue Yeti and a Jackery is there's like a 20 millisecond switch time, which may seem pretty fast, but that's pushing like some power supplies. So with the Blue Yeti or Jackery, when the power fails with them, then it kicks over the battery. This thing here will keep running. And then when those batteries get depleted, they just switch out or switch off, and then this would then switch on. Thus, your streaming would continue. And if you decide to get a gasoline or propane generator, natural gas generator, diesel, whatever, you can set the power regulation on this to be a little more supportive of a generator, which can be fantastic if your generator has terrible frequency regulation or voltage regulation. And trust me, let's be honest, your typical construction site generator isn't really rated for computer gear. Good morning, Mimi. How you doing today? Good morning. So, like I said, sorry about last night. We didn't get anything done with Silver Moon Radio. I just, between hearing all this stuff going on about Chuck Schumer and the Democrats and the fact I didn't have a program put together for Wednesday, and the Wednesday show really doesn't really have the kind of traction that the Sunday has. Thank you so much, Mimi. I much appreciate that. Thank you. Also, don't forget to share out my Rumble channel, the Kick channel, and let's not forget the Twitch channel, too.
Oh, yeah!
So people know that you can watch on us on all 4 networks most of the days, especially the morning shows, Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're on Rumble, on NASQ, Twitch on BICHELA, Kick and BICHELA, and YouTube. I think you forgot one. Twitch, Kick, Rumble, and yeah, YouTube on BICHELA4. BICHELA4. That's the only one that's really weird. But that's the way we've had to set up. All right, I'll have to call you after my hair appointment. So I checked legislation for the state of New Jersey regarding e-bikes, e-trikes. Yes, you can get an e-trike as long as it's a class 1 and class 2 for under 20 miles an hour, and you don't need a license. Anything 28 miles an hour above needs, which is class 3, you need a motorcycle license. The one I'm looking at, designed for fatties like me, costs like $3,000 with fat tires. It's got like a 12-speed manual transmission. Plus the, so we're talking about a pretty posh bike. Not exactly the basics, like a 1-speed. We're talking about 12 speed. It's like 12 speed. 12 speed plus the electric motor, 750 watts, 48 volts. Here's something cool, Loom, that maybe you might want to know about. If you got the adapter cable for it to plug into a level 2 car charger, like on the street, like in New York, right? And because you can buy these cables, you can make your own. They're not that hard to make. You set it up so that you say, oh, yes, this trike will use no more than, say, 5 amps of charging power. You plug it into into your Charge America level 2 or even your Tesla level 2 or level 1 charger. And you can use the app and actually pay for charging. So if you're in the middle of nowhere, it's not going to charge. It's super fast. It's not a supercharger, but you could theoretically do it. Yep. Absolutely. Nobody wants to get stuck with a dead battery in the middle. You talk about range anxiety. At least you could always pedal home if you had to. That's true. You could pedal home. Although, I'll be honest, at the weight of the trike, weighing something like 150, 200 pounds, pedaling would be unpleasant. Yeah, it would be. It would, but at least you could be able to get home. Just see me going across the Jersey Bridge with that thing, right? In fact, I'm more concerned about is the battery, because the batteries tend to be lithium-ion batteries, which tend to, if they're not made properly, can be a real fire hazard. Yeah, that's true. It could be a fire hazard. So, it still would definitely be a step in the right direction, being able to travel. No one, see, again, like I said, I'm the kind of person that's like, I'd rather take care of my own needs my own way, only because it's easier, you know. The only thing about bringing Rusty to Noodles' house is the fact is that where's he going to sit? He likes to be with you. If you spend a week at his house with Rusty, Rusty's not going to want to sleep in no damn dank basement. No, in fact, there's a good chance he might actually decide to say, you know what? I think it's time to pack my bags, lady. I'm leaving. Why? Where the fuck are we? I don't know. I don't know this place. I really feel weird. I gotta get the hell out of here. Everything's totally messed up now. My whole life is screwed up. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do anymore. I'm gonna go out the door and never come back. Yes, I know I need a real house. And it don't have to be no friggin' McMansion either. Just a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom little cottage, you know, maybe one level, you know, like a ranch, or maybe even a raised ranch if we had to go there. My aunt's house was a raised ranch, which is pretty cool when you think about it. No, I don't disagree. I need a new life. I get that. This life is coming close to reaching the end of its shelf life. You know. I need more room. I need to be able to be creative. You know, that's something that people talked about with modern construction. And people say houses look bland. And I'm like, especially rentals, like apartments. Well, yeah, you know why? Because, you know, if you're going to rent an apartment, right? You're going to you don't know if you're going to be there very long, right? So you go, okay, I'm going to rent an apartment with John Doe Rentals, right? He might be there for about 2 years. And then you move out. So you don't really want to go set up all the knickknacks and curios and things like that and paint the walls and wallpaper because you may not be there long. So you're used to basically, it's just kind of like going from living in a hotel room. You don't know how long you're going to be there in this case. And so you might be there for a year. So by the time you start getting all the knickknacks out, curios out to make it your own, you're out of here. All of a sudden you got to pack all the stuff back up again, and then put it all back in boxes and move to the next place, and then no one wants to go through that. That's aggravation. So most people just leave the walls the standard landlord color and the standard cabinets and stuff like that. Well, I understand that too, Noodles. I get it. I agree. We do. I need a loving home. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Michele.
What?
Michele, don't you want to like live in a nice house and be able to have good heat and have like a dinner with a bunch of people instead of just eating with Rusty, Michele?
Me and Misty don't even eat together. Me and Michele do. Of course, Lou. Yes, I agree. But I mean, I don't.
Michele, there's a lot of women out there right now that don't have that. Realize that, right? Like, there's a lot of women out there right now that either live at their parents' house or maybe they're living in an apartment somewhere and they just can't. They can't seem to make ends meet, Michele. You're going to have an abundance of money.
That's true. There is. It's also not just women. It's also men, too. That's why a lot of people live at home with their parents.
Right. And Michele, here's the thing. Like, I'm not your boyfriend or anything, but, like, I'm the man in your life, right? And I take care of you, Michele. There's women out there where their men can't take care of them. They don't even live anywhere near each other. You know what I mean, Michele?
Yeah.
And the only thing that they rely on is their ex-husbands cutting them a check. You know what I mean? Michele, you got it good. You're getting a check, Michele.
Right.
And all you got to do is give me $900 a month plus whatever you're making on YouTube. That's all you got to do.
On YouTube, I'm making $1,624 a month. The rent's
$1,000. That money will go to me. That money will all go to me, Michele, and you won't see a red penny. All you'll have, Michele, is a room, a nice bed to sleep in.
Well, I mean, you said $400, so the other money's mine. Yeah, see,
Michele,
here's
listen,
this joke again.
Here's the thing, Michele. I really do believe you only got 4 more years to live. So I want those 4 years to be nice for you. So I'm not going to charge you anything. You come live there.
I got a feeling I'm going to live a lot more than 4 years. The cat, I can't say. He might not. He's already 14.
Yeah, he's down there.
Remember, Dab's cat passed away at 18, so that's something to keep in mind. Let's see.
Michele, please think about it. You know, again,
like I told you, I am thinking about it. Like I said, but there's a lot of things that we need to sort out, which we have to get working on
Michele,
both sides.
You live there 2 months, Michele. You got a brand new computer. Brand new computer. You don't have to fucking pay a dime to live there. You know, Michele, there's women out there right now that have to pay, that have to work. You know what I mean? That actually have to work for a living, and their boyfriends can't even fucking give them a fucking penny, Michele. And they rely on their ex-husbands for checks.
Chris, I don't dismiss that idea. I don't dismiss that idea at all. And I got a feeling, Noodles, you're going to say, and I wouldn't mind doing it to some extent, is you probably want to come home to a nice, fresh cooked meal, right? I mean, maybe my food might be the most plain thing you ever eaten in your damn life, but at least you probably be able to come home and say,
Michele,
have a hot meal.
Trust me, you're not. All right, Michele, I got to go.
Oh, okay. No, actually, I can cook. So I'm not dismissing the idea. I didn't say outright no. If I didn't say outright no, then it means it's still possible to be a yes. Yeah, it could easily be a yes. He's a Capricorn. I'm a Virgo. He's an Earth sign. I'm an Earth sign. That works. Capricorns and Virgos usually can get along pretty well. Yeah. Still could use a few more likes, guys, and you need more people on here. Only got 46 views. You got ads on. I know. I have to turn those off. Why do you think that's why people are not logging in? Because of the ads? I have no clue, but that's a great question. Let me speak up for the defense of YouTube here. Okay. Guys, YouTube has to make money. Okay. I have to make money. YouTube wants to run ads. I get a portion of the ad revenue. Depending on the channel and the content you're on, your your RPMs might be great to mediocre. People on blog channels in the mediocre category, they don't pay as well. But on the other hand, the CPMs, as clicks per 1,000, they use the term mille, which means 1,000 in Italian or Latin. Okay. But on the other hand, it's revenue. And I love having my memberships, my super chats, and super stickers. But for YouTube, when the super stickers and super chats and super thanks are low, it's better than no revenue whatsoever. So, you take what you get. And today is going to be a slower show because in about an hour, I'm going to be getting ready to leave here for the hair salon. And while you guys say you hate ads, let me just say one thing. Ads keep the channels running. Ads pay the bills. The only difference is unlike the super chats, super things, and super stickers, is it doesn't cost you a dime. You just have to watch them. However, I will be honest. I would like it very much if they don't try to disrupt the entire show over and over again like they used to do. I don't know if they've improved that, but they used to do was preempt you. If you were talking, all of a sudden an ad jumps up obnoxiously right on top of you. And then you're like, then it just preempts back to you, and then you missed a whole chunk of what I was saying. Someone say, thank God. Really? Well, you do tend to ramble sometimes. Good morning, Tiff. How are you doing today? So, the good thing is, like I said, the UPS does its job. It's keeping the show going. So if you ever see the key light go off again or start flickering or browning out, then you know that it's switched to the battery. Which is pretty cool. What do you think about it? Yeah. Already, this power system already kind of saved my bacon, so it already earned a place in my pocket budget, How you doing, Braden? I'm glad you're doing okay, Tiff. So the today's hair day. We're gonna get my hair touched up, and I think take care of that. So I said, sorry, I didn't, do Silvermoon last night. But honestly, I didn't have any more real programs to really cover for Silvermoon. Well, thank you, Brain, for a compliment. You being truly wonderful. No, just a normal retouch. Just like I normally get. Let me check to see what the power situation is. I'm curious. Huh. Wow. How can you read the screen from the floor without turning it back into a pretzel? You can't. Oh, okay. I can show you guys what it does. So get my other camera here so I can show you. Okay, so let me see how this thing works. All right, here is the event. We have 4 events so far, okay? And let's get over here and press the button. Make sure to press the right button. You can see it shows all the stats. So that's how you can check on the power status. And keep the lights on. Just like Motel 6, we'll keep the lights on for you. Yeah, keep the lights on for you. Keep the light on me. Yeah. She grabbed the light on. She put the light on me. As long as my battery stays charged, she's probably okay with me. Oh, wait. Yeah. Could you just imagine some guy making that song in the 21st century? My battery went dead. I gotta get a supercharge. She put the light on. She put the light on me. My batteries overheated and they explode. She put the light on. She put the light on me. So excited, I burned her house down. She put the light on. She put the light on me. Really weird idea, actually. So, now some of you might say, well, I wonder if you should plug this other light source into that too. And hold on my beer. Yeah, that's easy to do. I can throw another extension cord out there. Let's just say we did and none don't. Because the truth of the matter is, where the hell are you going to put the damn extension cord? That's a good question. You got how many friggin' extension cords? You got a bundle here because this does the pairs USB to power adapters. Yep. We're talking about the uninterruptible power supply that keeps the lights on when the power goes out. Yeah. Because we had 4 power failures this morning and you had no clue. Because we were streaming the whole time and no one knew when the lights went out. That's why I bought it. It keeps the lights on so we can stream power outages and that. My dads have a nice dab rig. I like dab, says Tiff. She says, I have a nice dab rig. I don't know what that is. But the thing is that it's convenient, So yeah, Noodles would have to definitely work in cleaning up his basement. In fact, I'm surprised he didn't already start doing that maybe a year ago when he first proposed it. I mean, yes, in the long run, if the basement was already cleared out, he already would basically been anybody that just jumped in there. But now we still have to figure out my side of the problem. And that's going to be a pain in the ass. Oh, trust me. You have no idea how much of a pain in the ass it's going to be. Nope. Sued for what? In a way, he got sued. He broke his wrist, remember? He broke his wrist because he didn't shovel the sidewalk in front of home place. Yeah. After he made an excuse to say, we're fine. All of a sudden, whoopsie, boop, try to grab on the railing, crunch. Oh, my wrist is ruined. My wrist is ruined. My life is over. You think your life is over? How about my girlfriend? My wife. Her leg is over. So, guess what? Karma balanced.
Oh, yeah!
You bet. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, this technology, like Noodles says, because he's in a residential district, it's like, are you going to be able to find which way to go? Well, thanks to GPSs? Yes. No, of course, we're stuck always plan our route accordingly. So then into the directions and for which grocery store she's going to, and the thing will tell her, at a quarter mile, take a right turn onto Louis Street. At the next light, take a left to go onto Clarkson Avenue. Your grocery store will be on the left side. And you just ride over there with the bike. You have reached your destination. Congratulations. Safe and sound. I'll be like, really? Hold my beer. It's just the same way when Michelle's driving the truck in the games, right? Oh, I love it when I'm in the UK. They're fun. How many times have you missed the wrong exit? Too many times, I'd like to admit. At the next turnabout, take the third exit. Shit, I just got off on the second one. And then you realize you can't back up because guess what? The car's behind you. You're not supposed to back up on a roundabout. No, you're not supposed to. Well, I've seen you do it enough times. I think that would make any driver in any country, America or the UK or Europe, basically lose their cookies if they see me backing up the 20-foot tractor trailer with a trailer behind it. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, no, not again. Hey, Louise, what? You're going to have to turn around. Why? Because she's backing up. What is that supposed to back up on a roundabout? She don't care. I've done that enough times. I remember the first time I drove in a roundabout in Idaho, I had the worst luck. I didn't know anything about roundabouts. I know how to drive through a roundabout as a straight, but I was supposed to take the second exit, and I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, shit, I gotta back up this truck. No, don't back up the truck. Smash, bang, boom, crunch. Too late. Oh, yeah. And when this trike is get reverse gear. It does. Yeah. You want to go backwards? It has backwards. It has reverse. Ooh. Do you have back warning beepers? Well, if I don't, I'm adding some. I'm adding the big, loud, white noise ones that go. Construction grade, modern DOT required ones. Then we're going to have the beep ones too. So I'll be like, beep, beep. Yeah. Oh, I hate when they do this. This happened to me both in the American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator. I forgot which country I was driving in, and I thought I was in the U.S., right? So it said, take a right turn. Right. But unfortunately, I got in the wrong lane. That ended up being oncoming traffic instead of going over to the far left lane, which is the traffic direction I was going. And let me caught it just before it turned in. She said, you don't want to go there. Oh, what? Oh, no. Oh, not again. We're on the motorway on M25 in the UK, in London, of all places. I'm like, shit. All of a sudden, a couple of BMWs get smushed. Bump, 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 bump. Sorry. And Michelle did the same thing in the U.S. One time she was driving her Kenworth K100E, right? And the truck said the same thing. Take a right turn. And she takes a right turn, and she drives in, thinks she's in the U.K., and drives into the oncoming traffic on the far left. Ah, shit! Oh, not again. I was a bump, bang, smash, crash. It's just really weird when you do that. Yeah, it is. Scary. So in real life, though, I think I would probably be pretty good because the truck game did give me some things and lessons to avoid doing in real life. Example, just imagine me driving a minivan. Oh my God. At the next exit, take a right. Okay, am I in America or UK? You're in America. Okay, so stay in the right lane. If you're in the UK, at the next intersection, take a right. Okay, it means I have to get into the left lane. Yeah, it's confusing. And then when you get into mainland Europe, it's the opposite of the UK. The mainland Europe drives on the same side of the road as America does. So you have to watch out when you're in the Netherlands or France for that reason alone. You know? Here I am in a right-hand drive truck driving in the Netherlands. I didn't have any accidents. Actually, it turned out to be pretty good, actually, because I could sort of felt a little more comfortable in there. It's just driving on the right side of the road where I'm supposed to drive. No accidents until you get stuck in a pile up. Yeah, that's when problems started. And the stupid game says, I will find us a new route. Honey, there is no new route. We're basically packed up in cars on all sides of us. Good luck with the new route, honey, as there ain't none unless the cars move. The problem is the cars weren't moving. And so I was pinned in there. The only thing I could do was call AAA. Get me out of here, please! Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that's entirely true. I've gotten better at it. No, I've been riding my adult trike for when I still had it before it rusted to hell. I didn't use it a lot. That brings a valid point. How many think you're going to use a lot when you buy it? The $3,000 adult trike with the fat tires, it might just sit in Noodles' garage every day. The problem is what about those batteries? Yeah, okay. Let's talk about lithium-ion battery safety for a minute, because that's a valid problem. If you have a lithium-ion battery pack, where's the safest place to charge them? Ideally not in the garage. Yeah. Because once a fire starts with those batteries, they produce their own oxygen. So they basically will feed their own fire. Good morning, Edie. How you doing today? Good morning to you. I mean, in fact, depending on the housing code you're in, they may not allow you to charge your EV in your garage. They may require that you charge your EV outside of a garage. So you better hope your level 2 cord is long enough to reach. Nothing new at this point. Nothing that really stands out. Why? Have you heard anything new? It turned blue. I guess that counts for something. Yeah, well, even though it's not a requirement for an e-bike, and trust me, if it was, Justin would probably be smart if he had gotten insurance. You definitely want to consider getting insurance on an e-trike, because the fact is, you got a big lithium-ion battery pack in that thing. And that thing catches fire and your bike burns to a crisp, you're gonna definitely want insurance on it, and not just a state minimum either. I'm talking about top of the line. Thank you so much.
I love you, Michelle. Hope you have a wonderful day, Red Heart.
You too, Bradley. I mean, $3,000. Yeah, gone with the Schwinn. Yeah, you definitely don't want to have the bike catch fire and then go, insurance company, what is my deductible? You have to pay up to $3,000. Wait a minute, isn't that what they paid for the trike? Yep. What the hell am I insurance for? I don't know. You tell me. Comedy Flu, how you doing? Thank you again, Comedy Flu. Yeah, why is he afraid of me? Well, he hasn't been here. Where's Michael Nelson been? He hasn't been here. Oh. But Michael Nelson said he likes your show. Why hasn't he been here? I don't know. Does he ever come up on the silver? On the Saturday night panels. No. No, we haven't heard anything from Sherry Jackson either, by the way. So, what's another thing? If I was to move in with Noodles, how would Chris Bliss feel about driving all the way down to New Jersey to see me? I don't know how he would feel about going away to New Jersey to see her. That's a long drive for Chris Bliss. I don't know. I don't know where she is. I get the joke. Hi there, Moose. Good morning to you. What do you mean he was afraid of getting reaction? After he and I sat down and talked that night at the Halloween party, after Noodles crashed out on the floor, we got along pretty good. It's like, what, 2 years ago? Something like that. Good morning to you. Moose. Of course, Brain Dead. Good morning to you again, too, so... That's okay. So anyway, the thing is that I'm not against Noodles' idea. But does he understand what he's getting involved with? When was the last time he had a woman living in his house full time? That's a good question. Somehow I can see Noodles as being one of the seven dwarves. Yeah, I remember that Snow White episode when she was talking about 7 men roommates. I've had worse. Oh, yeah. I mean, Snow White was kind of funny. She was kind of cute too. Yeah, the character was cute in the AI. I think the cutest one I saw was with the cats. If you go to Pets and Animals, where the cats are talking about, I don't want to get a copyright strike, but damn it, there's so many cute little shorts out there. You guys really should check them out. And the Pets and Animals, I put a couple up there. He's not really super short. Actually, in real life, dwarves are usually a lot bigger than you think. Well, in the World of Warcraft, dwarves are huge. They're like 7 feet. Yeah. So I wonder why dwarves in some genres are huge and some of them are short. Well, that'd be appreciated if you pay for her, because I don't know where she is. Nobody has her mailing address. Nobody has her street address. No one knows. Why don't you play that video anyway? I gotta find it. Well, it should be easy enough to find. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna show you something. Damn the torpedoes. I'm going straight for this. Because this is so cute. This is like see. Somebody said AI doesn't get money anyway. You really think so? Okay. All right. So here it is.
Sometimes we forget how good life has been to us. We didn't choose our humans, but somehow we ended up with the right ones. They take care of us. They make room for us. They even comfort us when we're tired or scared or just existing. And we don't even speak the same language, but we understand each other. A look, a small touch, a slow blink. It's enough. And I'll admit, we're annoying sometimes. We knock things over, we scratch furniture, we get moody, but they still stay. We really are grateful. Truly.
All right, let's get this on the screen so you can see that. And then we'll start to rewind it so you can see this. This is just cute. Okay, you sure you don't have it on the screen already? No. Okay. So let's just get this on the screen. This is a cute cat one. So let's go to scene capture 2. Select this one. And let's go to... Okay, here we go. So I'm going to hit 0 so we can get back to the beginning again. So... Ready? When you are...
Sometimes we forget how good life has been to us. We didn't choose our humans, but somehow we ended up with the right ones. They take care of us. They make room for us. They even comfort us when we're tired or scared or just existing. And we don't even speak the same language, but we understand each other. A look, a small touch, a slow blink. It's enough. And I'll admit, we're annoying sometimes. We knock things over, we scratch furniture, we get moody, but they still stay. We really are grateful. Truly, truly grateful.
And M, also, thank you for letting us live here rent-free.
No job, no taxes, unlimited snacks, premium beds. We can even shit on your bed and you'll clean it for us for free. And y'all will still find us too cute to be mad over. But for real though, thank you humans. And
Okay.
feed us more, please. Sometimes...
It's just cute. I like that one. Yeah, it's cute. Isn't it true though? Like Rusty and you, and pretty much inseparable, funny. Well, we don't know where she is. The phone rings. Hold on a minute. Let me go check that. Hold on a minute. Okay, it's just me. She just wanted to remind me that it's Gidgey's birthday coming up. Ugh. So, I don't even know if Gidgey's here. I see Grizz, Comedy Flu. Moose, I heard that his complaint was most. Let's see what you're doing. Speaking of cat, that's another cute video. Where commentators from the time of COVID were working at home for news channels, mainly people like meteorologists, and their cats kept upstaging them during interviews and things like that. And this cat, like I said to them in the comments to the person that produced the content, I said my cat does that every morning on YouTube. He's a part of the show. So what I want to know is what's going to happen, as I'm sure people want to know very quickly, what's going to happen with the food stamp thing. Honestly, I think they're going to do the nuclear option to break the filibuster, because they realize the longer the government stays shut down, the more disrupted our lives become. Good morning, David. That's how you doing today. Good morning to you. Yeah. Yeah, the situation with the shutdown is totally messing up people's lives. So many ways. Air traffic controllers are starting to do sickouts. That's not a good thing, but then again, the reasoning is be simple. You're expecting me to do my job for free. Well, one of the Republicans, Mr. Kennedy, wants to pass legislation that no longer will allow Congress to get paid during shutdowns.
Oh, yeah!
He said we should have to suffer just like the rest of everybody else.
Oh, yeah!
We should not be paid. He said, this is ridiculous. This should never have been passed.
Oh, yeah!
You know what? I 100% agree. I was a little tired yesterday. That's why I didn't do Silver Moon last night. Today is hair day. Time to get the hair done. Time to get the hair done. Time to get the hair done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Time to get the hair. Yeah, I think that is kind of interesting, though. So, I guess there really isn't much more to cover. I mean, we're not doing bad. No, you're doing fine. For Friday, Thursday. Yes, for Thursday. Time to get the hair done. Time to get the hair done. Time. Done, yeah. Okay. Anyway. Okay. You need to cut your hair. I need to brush your fur again. Oh. You gotta admit, Rusty is a big giant bread loaf, isn't he? Yep. Good morning, Michelle. How are you doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, hair day today. We're here about 12:15 like usual. And we had like 5 power events so far in the last few days. We had 4 of them when we were live, and nobody didn't even know because the power didn't go out. Probably set a light in the ceiling dim here a bit because of the power failure, but not really. Galaxy Eyes, I call you a lot of things. No. Including decent and cute. Yeah. I don't know why. Every time I think of that, I keep thinking of the song Secret Agent, man. They live a life, there's a life of danger. But to everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Oh, then tell, you know so well. Odds are you won't be alive tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they're taking away a number and giving up your name. Actually, it goes, they're giving you a number and take away your name. Right, whatever. So, Rusty, what are you doing? Big cat. Big kitty. Ring. I don't think Tino and Wishbone would be able to deal with this cat. Buenos days, huh? Buenos dias, el gato. The gato. The cat. Buenos dias. Buongiorno. El gato. The gato. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We could do movies to some extent on Kick, but not really that well. I don't feel like running afoul with them in the movies. The Let's Should Have Come Miranda ones. Yeah. No, that's me. Michelle does a little bit of Italian. Clean your belly while you're at it. Yeah. It is stupid. Rusty's just surveying his territory. Sitting on the one turntable that has a loose connection inside. Like the giant Garfield he is. Oh, did you see the cute kitty cat short that I had in the Discord? Well, you could always play it again. Oh, jeez. That was cute, though. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we play that? I like this commercial. It's cute, but I mean, let's see if we can get this thing working.
You know,
All right, so let's just get this back on the screen here. This is a let's get this on the screen so you can see it. The cat looks like Rusty. A lot skinnier than Rusty. Yeah, he does. Let's see. Here, watch this. Okay. I'll switch this back on. I love how they actually have the captions already on them.
Sometimes we forget how good life has been to us. We didn't choose our humans, but somehow we ended up with the right ones. They take care of us.
Yeah, except, let me get to the beginning. The right one, apparently we're on the wrong page. Yeah, we are on the wrong page. I got it. Hit click on the gear. Alright, so this is one of those shorts. Hey, you gotta play this now?
You know, sometimes we forget how good life has been to us. We didn't choose our humans, but somehow we ended up with the right ones. They take care of us. They make room for us. They even comfort us when we're tired or scared or just existing.
And we don't even speak the same language, but we understand each other.
A look, a small touch, a slow blink. It's enough. And I'll admit, we're annoying sometimes. We knock things over, we scratch furniture, we get moody, but they still stay. We really are grateful.
Truly, truly grateful. And M, also, thank you for letting us live here rent-free.
No job, no taxes, unlimited snacks, premium beds. We can even shit on your bed and you'll clean it for us for free. And y'all will still find us too cute to be mad over. But for real though, thank you humans. And feed us more, please. You know, sometimes...
That's cute. That was cute. That's... Yeah. No, I mean, I never had a problem going to Mass. As long as I can understand the priest is saying, that was the reason I kind of stopped going, was because it was very difficult to understand what he was saying. But the technology's improved, and now you have speech to text, and you have an app on your phone that does that. Yeah, wouldn't that be kind of awkward trying to hear the Mass while you're reading the phone, while reading the Missal at the same time, and trying to understand while reading the first, second reading and the Gospel, and then you're reading your phone, listening to the priest's homily. It's hard enough to juggle the Missal and the other thing at the same time. I do too. That's one of the reasons why we are. Lemmy does her show later in the day. Yeah, because also when Michelle takes her bath. Yep. That's the day I do my bath. It's the day when I can just kind of unwind and go, finally. It's quiet. And wash my hair. Now, like I said, we don't know what's going to go on with this shutdown thing, but it does sound like more and more the Republicans are going to get ready to deal with the shutdown, but going with the nuclear option. Yeah, I take a bath on Sunday. Yeah. No, not every day. No. Every day I get up about 8:30 in the morning. Take care of the cat, feed him. I feed him about 4:30 in the morning. Then I go back to sleep for a few hours. Wake up about 8:30, and then I get the show announced, stream announcements out. Get anything that needs to be done from last night, the night before. Make my coffee, and then I sit down and get the show ready for the day. Right, I understand that. Yep. That's one of the reasons why I don't really push too much about Saturday being the Sabbath, or as they say in Italian, Sabato, or Domenica, which is Sunday. It is true, the first day that Yahweh worked on the earth was Sunday, for he said, "Let there be light." And he saw the light. He said it was good. He said, we're cooking now. Yep, we're cooking now, baby. We got the sun out. Here comes the sun. Yay, yay, yay. And then Jesus, resurrection from the cross, said, "Hey, Pop, hold my beer. I'm bringing more sun into the world." Yeah, well, that may have been true. But you remember one thing. That's why I used to keep the Saturday, which is Sabbath and Sunday, holy days, because it was easier that way. And the Seventh Day Adventists still practice their faith on Friday night to Sunday morning. Are they as hardcore as the Orthodox Jews? No. They don't have paid employees to flush their toilets. They don't need that. They don't consider pushing a flush handle to be a major form of work. That's true. Well, in that case, I certainly treat it as a day of rest because, like I said, that's when I get to sleep in late. So Saturday night, after the night show, on Discord, which can vary in length, Sunday's the day I can sleep in a little later, then get up, take a bath, then Lemmy gets ready for her show. Yep, and then I do my show, and then Michelle does hers at 7. It works for me and me. And 101 views, 9 likes. Average viewer engagement is 16 minutes. That's not bad. That's true. Pentecost. Yep. That is true. It's okay. No struggling white boy lunch for me. I forgot to defrost stuff from last night. Why, what were you going to make? And what do you consider a poor white boy lunch? Peanut butter sandwich? Peanut butter jelly? Maybe a simple tuna salad? Which I can't eat anyway. No, you could eat plain tuna. Yeah, but plain tuna by itself sucks. Great, I agree. Yeah, plain tuna by itself ain't so bad. If you brown it in skillet with like a light fry it with a brown it, and maybe mix it with some other materials, like maybe you can make a hash, like some diced potatoes in a skillet. Maybe you mix in a little bit of corn. Don't make it too complicated, little. But you're right. You could make a skillet lunch with some chunk tuna. So absolutely. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He pointed out that for people who do services for the community, like medical doctors and stuff, it shouldn't matter if it's a Sabbath or not. They're doing the work of the Lord by healing people. That's different. You know, of course, the Pharisees didn't see it that way, but then the Pharisees, have their own problems. Jesus pointed out is, you act so pious and holy, but inside you're not so pious and holy. So, Hammer Nails, what do you consider a poor white boy lunch anyway? I wonder what Jesus would say about the 21st century. I really wonder, because what would happen if? Take the movie, the rock opera called Jesus Christ Superstar, right? What Judas Iscariot said, what if he had come today? What if Jesus had come right now? What if he has passed on the cross right now? How would he be different? How would we be different? The first thing I got a message from Jesus is the most important thing that I want everybody to know. This is what he's telling me. Is that I came to offer you a chance of salvation because it's a gift from my Almighty Father to you. That if you truly believe indeed that I am your Messiah, you will be saved. You will be redeemed by my precious blood upon my passion on the cross. And the only thing I ask you to do is to keep your faith with me. You don't have to go ahead and act under the teachings of the Torah and trying to keep the Mosaic law perfect. One of the things is it's almost impossible to keep the Mosaic law perfect. And in the 21st century, it would be even more of a challenge. I don't know about that. I don't think everything's all messed up. But Jesus knew that some of the stuff that's messed up is because the devil knows his time is running out. What does he think about the Palladians? I got an impression from him that he was also a starseed. He came to offer spiritual healing. It could be an Arcturian, it could be a Syrian, it could even be a Palladian too. But let's not split hairs. Let's just be honest here. He died on the cross for you, for your sins. And all he asks you to have is faith and belief. Because he didn't do this in vain. And he doesn't want us to make light his sacrifice. That's the important part. It's just like I do a sacrifice every day. I get up every day. I do the show every day. There are days I don't feel like doing it. There are days I feel like I don't feel well. I wake up and I say, I gotta do the show. And I do. I wake up, do the best I can, put out my happy face, and come on here and set up every day. That's dedication. That's absolutely true. Grace is what saves you, not the law. I think that was the thing about the Old Testament that confused a lot of people. Because the Jews and the Torah were so strongly believed that you had to truly, truly live perfectly to God's moral law. But then Yahweh didn't tell them otherwise. So can you see why? Jesus said, I did not come to abolish the law or to remove a piece of the letter of the law, but I came to fulfill the law. To be the Paschal Lamb that's free of blemishes. As specified in the Mosaic Law. And you know what? I never really thought about this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Remember, normally in the time of Passover, when people would bring the sacrifices to the temple, the sheeps, the unblemished sheep, the rams, the goats, where did Jesus end up? He was brought to the temple where he was judged by the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Yeah. In fulfillment of the scriptures, the Old Testament, the Paschal Lamb is brought to the altar of God. And I never thought about that, but it's interesting. That's true. But I think Jesus understands more that there are some people who can't, for whatever reasons, can't keep the commandments perfectly well. I think he gives them a little more leeway. That doesn't mean that he lets you to sin. That's why he created reconciliation. It means where you can basically make amends with God if you fail. Jesus, because he became a human man, understands human failing. That's why he gave the apostles at Pentecost the ability to forgive the sins of those who come to them with a penitent heart. That's really important. It's something most Protestant churches don't have is confession. But you know what? As a Catholic convert, because I became a Catholic much later than I was originally born and raised a Lutheran, you really gotta admit that even if it sounds corny to Protestants, when a priest says to you, for the power of being given by the Holy Spirit, I absolve you of your sins, that doesn't just sound like words. To us, it is like a judge saying, you will not be prosecuted for your sins. Just don't sin anymore, okay? And the weight and the guilt you feel is lifted off your back. The cross that you carry, the feeling that you are incomplete because of your failures to comply, it's off your back. Which is very interesting. It's also very interesting how every so often on these shows, right near the end, we get into the spiritual stuff. Don't bother me. It's fine. Maybe one of the things that it does is it reminds people that I'm here because the Holy Spirit wants me here. It's just something to think about. You know, we are always used to think, oh, you're just here because you want to make money on YouTube. No, that's not the case. I have a passion. Noodles talked about his passion yesterday. I have a passion too. I come here because I want to share. And I want people to feel good. I want people to realize that even if you are not perfect, God still loves you. I still love you. And that you should never feel bad about yourself.
Oh, yeah!
Because you are still a divine child of God, even if you do or do not acknowledge that. Yeah, that's true. Trying to have faith in God is important. And I think one of the things that Jesus knows in my case is the reason why I sometimes don't feel trusting is because of hurt in the past. But Jesus understands that Michelle, if I can get her to make one small step of trust and get it to sink in, maybe she can go further. Be it sleeping in Noodles' basement to, feeling trust with people that she's just been on the street. If I can begin to grow the seed of trust, think about how big the tree will be later on. Well, it's time to get ready to wrap it up. Yes, it is. And so let's get this officially started here. May all of you have a happy and safe day. Keep warm. And don't worry about some of the BS that goes on out there in the world. You can't do much about it anyway. Just get to do what you can do with your own life and try to leave the outside stuff for the other people to deal with. Up to advice. And don't forget, if you ever decide to talk to Jesus in prayer, he will absolve you of the sins that you have done, especially if you truly are contrite and sorry for those sins. And if you are a Catholic and you can make it to Mass or go to confession, do go. I'm a Catholic convert away through marriage to Michele, and I can tell you it does work. The service is over. Time to go. Peace, kind, love, and don't forget the party on, dude. And we'll see each other soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.
Michele Marie Dalene, I will always be there for you. Michele, never stop believing in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you can do. Go kick some ass and have a good time doing it. I love both of you so much. I love how far you have come on YouTube.
In the summer's embrace, she She dances through life, her heart in control.